Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird wacky world of ours, and welcome to another exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. Our scene is going to begin as Sketch and Jewel make their way towards the Golden Mementos pawn shop just outside Ranelagh in inner city Dublin. This place is rather immaculately kept, actually. It doesn't look dingy, it doesn't look dirty, it doesn't look like it's falling down or in disrepair, which is odd considering how most pawn shops generally look. And our scene will begin as they walk towards the doors.
Yeah, Sketch has a big gear bag over his shoulder, and he'll look over at Jewel with a smirk on his face. You know, you didn't have to come. I'll be fine. As he rubs his chest.
Yeah, that what you just said. That's exactly what I'm worried about.
We'll be fine. I'll just sell these off, and we get some money.
And I'm not opposed to that idea, but I'd rather not leave you alone with someone who may make disreputable deals.
It's smirk. I can handle myself. I know as he's opening the door. Well, letting her walk in first, obviously.
She'll give him a nod and say, I'm not suggesting you can't. I would just feel immensely better if you didn't have to.
All right, then.
And she'll walk in.
She's just all right then, milady, and we'll mock bow as she's walking past him.
The thing that immediately hits you as you enter the pawn brokerage shop is the amount of golden jewelry, silver jewelry, watches, etc. that are on display in a large display case at one end of the room, where you would also assume is the counter of the shop itself upon which the cash register sits.
Sketch makes a mental note of where exactly the gold is and just nods to himself.
Jewel is, wow. She's not really been in a pawn shop before, but she's surprised that there's really nice jewelry here for sale.
Mm-hmm. There are also a number of items like electric guitars and objets d'art hanging on the walls, things that would be very easy to sell, electronic goods such as laptops, portable DVD players, phones, smartphones, etc. The man standing behind the counter is this individual.
Sketch will smile. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, bruv. And you?
I'm all right. Been a bit rough weather and stuff, but I was looking for. I have a few things I need to sell. They're smiling.
All right. He'll say. He'll say, what are the nature of these things?
Lean forward a bit, putting the gear bag down by his feet. Well, it's rare, we're talking early monastery type stuff, been in the family a long time, you see.
So I take it that you've got suitable deeds of ownership?
Well, he'll look around and rub his palms together. I heard this was the place where if I gave you a few things, you wouldn't ask too many questions like that.
All right. Okay. Hit him on twice, and he'll say, would you and your lovely lady friend care to step in the back for a few minutes?
No problem at all. Yeah, Sketch will pick up the bag and walk in.
And Jewel will follow after him.
As you walk around behind the counter, you'll see the man press a little button that is under the counter. It's not anything as dramatic as a police warning, but you will see that it locks the door coming in and out. So you'd assume that when he goes in the back, he can lock the door without having to walk over to it.
Mm-hmm. Makes a mental note of that.
Sketch will be led into, along with Jewel, a back room that contains vastly more stock than is left out on the showroom floor. And he'll before the man will turn and he'll say, "Right, yeah. So, first of all, I'm going to set you straight on a few little things, right?
Mm-hmm.
My name is Frank. Frank Kennedy is the name. People call me the Hands. If you fuck me, little one, I will fuck you back so much harder that blood will be coming out your nostrils."
That's loud and clear. Yeah, no, worries about. No worries from me.
Well, no, I'm just saying, if you fuck me over, you won't be able to do fucking business in this town again, Sunshine. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Perfectly clear. Yeah, no.
Wonderful. Right. Then why about I have a gander about what it is you brought me?
He'll calmly, well, like I said, and he'll zip open the bag and take one of the goblets and just plonk it on the table. Early monastery type stuff.
He will remove an optic, one of those things that's used to examine jewels, from his pocket, and he'll press it to his left eye, and he'll start going over it. If you guys would like to roll a perception empathy on him, you can.
Yeah, I am, definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to. Definitely going to.
Empathy score. Yeah, that's that many. One.
Also one.
He got 2 on his stealth score. You cannot tell what he is feeling, unfortunately.
Fair.
Sketch just seems to lay back and zips up the bag again, making sure that he doesn't show that he has more than just one.
He'll say, very interesting indeed. Now, I'd like to know where you got these.
Well, let's just say I came into acquirement of it through my own talents and skills.
Yeah, I don't mean that, Sunshine. I know you nicked them. My question is more, am I going to have a bunch of angry fucking friars kicking down my door?
No.
Okay, then. He'll say, so, these are a marked set. He'll denote a tiny little maker's mark at the bottom on the rim. You'd seen it, but you had no idea what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll say, this is only one piece. I'm curious if you have the others.
Well, that depends. Sketch just say, smiling. How much is it all together, the piece is worth, or how much is one individually?
He'll say, assuming you have all 6, I'll give you 35 for each. Oh, 6, rather. I'll give you 35 for each.
I'm going to P&E him again and see how cocky he's feeling. This is the negotiation stage. Get one again.
Willpower's your friend.
Too late.
Yeah, too late. I got one again.
You tie, so unfortunately, once again, he is very good at the poker face, but then again, you'd assume he would be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 40 for each, considering the amount of risk I took them and the fact that I came to you first. And made sure that they're completely non-traceable as well. So I think that's worth an additional 5 to the price. So 40 for each.
Do you want to roll me charisma expression?
Yeah, well, I'll spend a willpower because that's not a good dice pool for Sketch, unfortunately, compared to his other socials. Willpower. Good thing I did one success. Jesus. Whew.
He'll reach up and he'll pat your face, and he'll say, do you think I came down in the last shower, Sunshine? All right. You want 40? I tell you what, these are valuable little pieces. So what I'm willing to do, because I'm a nice fella, is I'll give you 40 a piece. But in exchange, anything else that you find of this caliber, you came to me first.
Not. I can work with that.
All right.
He'll
So,
unzip the bag and start putting the pieces on the table.
beautiful. All right. He will very calmly walk back to a safe, opening the safe with a very intricate combination and a key. And he will walk back and he will start placing large wads of money on the table. He will go 20, 40, 80, 1, 120, 140, 160, 180, 2, 220, 240,000 euros.
He'll smile. I am in the habit of doing freelance work for pawn shops as well. If, you're looking for any particular things you want, as well as bringing stuff to you, if you have anything else.
I'll keep that in mind, sunshine.
And he'll put the wad slowly in his bag and extend his hands. Sketch.
It's a pleasure to meet you. As I said, my name is Kennedy.
Well, he'll look to Jules smiling and zip up the bag. It's a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Kennedy.
Absolutely. You have a good day now, my boy. And young lady.
Jewel will smile and give him a nod.
Yeah, Sketch will pick up his bag and walk very calmly out to the door.
All right.
And Jewel will follow him.
You'll see Kennedy walk over, retake his position, standing next to his, standing behind his whatchamacallit, his counter. On a side note, both of you may now add to your sheet contact, because contacts are fun. His full name is Frank the Hands Kennedy.
All right. Sketch will immediately turn as they're walking along the street and will turn to you. I'll give you some of this later, okay? For your apartment.
All right. Thank you.
Just let me get my affairs in order and I'll make sure you have some left.
Whatever you need.
You just give her a smile.
You really don't need to do that for me.
I'm helping. Says.
I appreciate it.
All right. Evan is now going to take down. Apparently, this is an actual Irish criminal. I've got no idea who it is, but so it'll be. We are now going to skip on to that evening, to the Agrabah Nights. For those of you who do not know, that's what the Griffith Club became. I have a picture of it here somewhere. Or do I? I may do. Hello. There we go. That's what it looks like now. So, it will be another evening at the Agrabah Nights. People may intro as they see fit. I don't really mind. I'm going to go and refill my tea.
I think the Azure Sailor is already sitting somewhere inside. His arcane not active. And he's just sitting, drinking rum and water, waiting for something interesting to happen. He is, however, wearing a rice straw hat, a black kimono, and traditional monk gear, which is very strange for him. But you'd have to know what happened to know that story.
Christina will go in and get her usual tea that she gets when she goes in there and find a comfortable place to sit.
Jewel will go in and get herself probably a gin and tonic. And find a seat near a window. And fiddle with her deck of tarot cards while she watches.
Yeah, Sketch walks in behind her, probably buys coffee. We'll just sit there, rolling cigarettes and putting them behind his ear.
Lost art. Most people buy those now.
I just like rolling these. You look up the cigarette, smiling.
I can see why. It's precise work. It'd be almost like a form of meditation.
Yeah, he does the heart good anyway. He rubs his chest again, wincing.
She'll point to his coffee cup. That stuff is going to kill you, you know.
I'm pretty sure I take more worse stuff than this. Give her a smile.
Herbal tea would be better.
I choose to point out that there was 100% no chance he could ever die of over coffee consumption. A voice will peel out of nowhere. Literally, everyone in the room just heard a voice talk from nowhere.
Jewel will turn toward the voice. Perhaps.
There is a brilliant flash of light, kind of a greenish ovarian light. No, ovarium light. Ovarian is something entirely different, Devin. And sitting on his tail will be this individual.
Yeah, immediate bro fist. Yeah.
Jewel will rise from her seat and give a deep, respectful bow.
Very calmly, he will take his two fingers and he will straighten you up. If I really wanted all that kowtowing stuff, I would have stayed in heaven.
If I were kowtowing, I would be prostrate on the floor before you. It never
Evan.
hurts to show someone the respect they're due.
Yes, Grog.
Yeah. Once again, there's your sailor tosses a thing of rum to the Monkey King.
He
This is
won't be
going to
looking at you. He'll be looking rather intently at Jewel, but millimeters before it hits his head, he'll be...
And then he's gonna clap.
I'm good at my job. He will cork the rum, and he'll take a swig, and then he'll wince, and then he'll take another swig, and then he'll wince again before he'll throw it back. He'll say, "As a matter of fact, I'm here to collect my chosen to go and do otherworldly nefarious deeds with me."
What?
You've been voluntold, Sketch. You've been voluntold.
Okay. Rubs his face. Where are we going then?
For the record, the Monkey King hops, literally leaping over a table backwards, does a somersault, rolls on the ground before hopping up onto his feet again in front of Christina, and he's like having a staring contest with the owl. Like,
So she'll look between the two of them, watching them like.
he will the Monkey King will very oddly, Sun Wukong will raise his hand up, at which point it is the oddest thing you've ever seen. An owl and a monkey bro fisting, but it occurs.
Christina will smile and look at Sketch, and be like, oh, look at that.
I don't know this face. I like this face. Who is she?
I am Christina Spanos.
It is a pleasure to meet you. I am the little sage equal to heaven, the grand caretaker of the divine stables. I have a whole bunch of other names, but my real name is Sun Wukong. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
She'll bow to him.
What did I just say to the... No. If I wanted that, I'd still be in heaven. I'm not in heaven, so I don't want that.
She'll nod and she'll be like, all right, okay, I understand that. Apologies.
Where was I? There's something I needed to say, but I can't quite remember what it was.
Something about an adventure.
Yes! He will, once again, he'll do a backflip this time, back to the exact same place he was standing before. And he will say, so, he will then lean on Sketch's shoulder and he'll say, do you still feel like death?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it kind of helps. Because guess what? You're going to play dead.
Oh, that's... Yay?
Well, you see, let me explain. Allow me to be exact. So, do you know what the celestial sensors are?
No.
Okay, so the august personage of Jade decided to create the world and in other ways, the universe and the metaphysics. We know it. He installed the sensors in order to oversee the grand metaphysical universe and realities that are the given places in the world. You following me so far?
Yeah, no, keep going. I'm with you.
Well, you see, it doesn't happen that the divine sensor for this area unfortunately recently lost his mother. Tear. However, fortunately, he also has a very beautiful daughter. The very beautiful daughter and I wish to have conjugal relations, however, her father would never allow it, so I'm trying to attempt to, in other ways, ascertain the permissions via heaven, to which point I can ascertain the conjugal abilities of his daughter.
So I'm basically trying to help you get laid. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
I love this plan.
And to
Okay.
do so, I intend to boot the mom out of the coffin and masquerade you as her.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So, Sketch, how do you feel like wearing a dress?
Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it.
Yay! Monkey clap hands.
Rory comes out of the washroom, shakes his hands dry. Oh. Hello again. How are you?
He'll kind of blink twice and he'll say, oh, yeah, you're the one who thought you're the one who thought my staff was a feather.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thank you.
Because you have the two feathers in the hat.
I do. Aren't they fabulous? These are phoenix
They are.
feathers, you know.
Well, that's what I thought it was. Because you said it was part of a pair that was missing.
I'll accept this logic. So, I'm just here to collect my ne'er-do-well apprentice here, or servant, or suppliant, or whatever the fuck he is. He'll come and look at Sketch. What are you?
Apprentice, we'll go with.
There we go. This will do. For some hijinks and shenanigans. If you, ladies and gentlemen, would like to come with me as we attempt to infiltrate a celestial funeral, you're more than welcome to do so.
Yes. I'm not going to miss that.
I think I will come along as well.
Christina will look to Archimedes. Archimedes, would you like to go infiltrate a celestial funeral?
Something in Archimedes' eyes translates this to you. He doesn't say anything. Yes, his phrasing is, oh no, not again.
She will just laugh. And she'll nod.
He will say,
Come
however,
back.
before we go, I will have to make it so that you're all properly attired and don't look like the homeless refuse of the earth. No offense.
Wait a second. Do
what?
I look like homeless refuse of the earth? I'm
No,
still wearing
you're-
the things
you're-
I was given.
You're properly dressed.
Are we stealing something?
Oh, we're trying to help him get laid.
I don't really think he needs our help with that.
He needs our help with that. Trust
It's
me,
more
he
so the
needs our
fact that
help.
the individual in question, whose daughter it is I'm trying to fellatiate, is unfortunately, how do I phrase this? A douche. I
So
believe
we're
you.
stealing the girl away?
Not stealing, more so I'm borrowing her during her grandmother's funeral.
He's getting shit.
But she wants to come.
Yes.
Well then, that's fine then.
We're more so making it so that her overbearing father, who has, unfortunately, one of the august personage of Jade's own servants, is otherwise occupied. And in order to do so, we need to get into the funeral. And it just so happens that, well, if we do his makeup right, my darling apprentice here is going to look just like the deceased corpse.
I'm. How?
Sounds like a good plan.
He will very casually look at Jewel and he'll say, I went to India and brought back Buddhism. That was one of my better days. This is an off day. Give me some leeway here, sister.
I'm happy to. I'm just.
Evan,
You
quick
said
question.
this is the grandmother's funeral.
Yes.
Oh. Go ahead, Grug.
What would it be to make Sketch a woman? Is that 4 or 3 life?
4.
And his permission, of course.
Great.
It's 4. You can do it to
4?
yourself. Yeah, you can do it to yourself with 3. You can do it to other people at 2. Or that at 4. I can English say.
I thought you could make changes. I guess it'd be a major change.
Yes, you're physically changing their gender. That's a pretty major change.
All right. So, do you have a dress?
Hi. They call me the little sage equal to heaven. Of course we have a dress.
Well, let's go in the bathroom then. Just grumbles as he's walking.
As you walk, by the way, you'll notice the fact that you're no longer wearing pants and are in fact now wearing a long shift.
Oh no!
Those
What about perfume?
Hmm?
What about perfume?
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. You'll see him start to sniff, like... And he'll say, I smell jasmine.
There you go.
Apprentice, stand perfectly still.
Sure.
He will very calmly walk over to one of the other tables that must have been occupied earlier this evening but is no longer occupied. He will pick up a teapot. He will walk over with the teapot and proceed to dump its contents over you. It's not hot, it's more lukewarm at this point, but it is jasmine tea.
Yep. Sketch just stares at him as the water drips down his long, scraggly hair. Is that really necessary? Like, all over me?
In theory, I could have dipped your hands and the tips of your hair in it, but this is more... Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He will dry you off. Like, once again, he'll just kind of run his hands over you and you are dry, but you still have a vaguely lavender smell. Or a jasmine smell.
So yeah, Sketch awkwardly, for some, like, Sketch is bone thin as well, so like he fits into the dress seemingly easily, mainly just due to he's freakishly skinny.
We have a plan. All right, boys and girls. You'll see him whip his staff around. It is now a tiny thing that is a chopstick that is literally held in between his ear and his head. As he twirls it around, it will grow until it is about 6 foot tall and the rough kind of density you see it in this picture there. And he'll smash it onto the ground. He won't harm the ground, but where he taps it, a cloud will form. And he'll say, all aboard the cloud!
Jewel enthusiastically hops on.
Rory follows, like, stands at the other end from Jewel.
Sketch sniffs himself as he's walking on. Like,
Good question, by the way. What is Rory's current emotional state?
Happy as usual, but also a bit nervous, slightly fearful, having just gotten that notice from Ibn Thoth.
I do love Ibn Tal.
Yeah. So, my education wasn't complete. Oh no.
Oh, clearly not. You were singing rambunctious songs that, offended the hierarchy.
He was going around Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and the islands, and a bit of England even, singing the songs.
Yes, which means they reacted.
Yes. Anyways, yeah, so he is happy, as he usually is, but also slightly fearful.
That's fair.
He's fearful of Jewel, but
why are you fearful of Jewel?
Because she made a deal with Faust.
Oh, that's fair. All right, so guys, you will basically be standing on the cloud as it raises you up. However, in the moment you would have struck the ceiling, you are instead surrounded by stratus and nimbus clouds all around you that flow, that you feel press against your skin, but it's a rather pleasant tingly sensation, until you are quite literally standing on what appears to be a parallel Dublin street that doesn't look like it is Dublin by any stretch of the imagination. You look as if you stand in an easternized version of Dublin, where jade-colored lanterns covered in kanji. However, interestingly enough, the kanji, for those of you who can read Gaelic, are kanjanized Gaelic in the sense that the letters represented by the kanji actually spell Irish words. And you hear the slow, methodic beat of a drum in the distance.
Hi. Rory can read Gaelic.
But can you read kanji?
No.
Here we go. So from Jewel's perspective, because Jewel can, the kanji make absolutely no sense.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. But she just rode Sun Wukong's cloud into the heavens.
Yes.
I don't think it's going to phase her. That it makes no sense.
The Monkey King kind of lets his eyes dart around the place and say, right, okay, hi. This is the Undertaker's, Master Zhang Fu's, where he will say as he gestures towards a large building that's directly behind you, wherein the body is being prepared. So I've already bribed him. Needless to say, I have to go steal another peach of immortality, which is probably going to get me kicked out of heaven again, but that's neither here nor there. Yes, where was I? Yes. So we're going to transplant the bodies. So my darling apprentice here, who looks stunning in a dress, is going to take the place in the coffin. At which point, I am going to be the lucky cricket that is placed in the coffin, that is placed in a cage adjacent to the coffin. So I'm going to need other people to talk our way out. Your guns.
I can do that.
Okay, just be all sorrowful and mournful because you're bearing the dead to their final et ceteras.
Oh, I can do that.
There we go.
How sorrowful do you want?
The final episode of Friends, Not Quite Your Mom's Dead.
Gotcha.
There we go. So, with that, he'll say he will look at you and he'll say, "Just say that you're here to deliver the package from you know who to you know who, from you know who to you know where, and they'll let you inside." The Monkey King at this point spins around very quickly on his left foot, with his arms outstretched, until he spins himself into a jade cage that contains a cricket. He will then happily chirp.
Loser Sailor picks up the cage and carefully makes sure not to shake it around.
Rory helps.
It's not a very big cage. Like the Azure Sailor can easily hold it by himself.
But Sketch is inside it, right?
No, the Monkey King is inside it.
Oh no, okay.
He transfigured himself into a cricket in a cage.
Sketch is just awkwardly standing beside you in a dress, like, yep, we're doing this.
Christina is trying hard not to laugh.
Jewel is composed her face into something more somber.
I look good in this, right? He's like turning, like checking out his ass and everything like that.
Strangely good, actually.
All right, let's knock on the door. We're here to deliver the you-know-what to the you-know-who.
Yes.
And he walks up and knocks on the door.
Who are you? What do you want?
I am a monk, the Azure Sailor. I am delivering the you-know-what for the you-know-who.
Oh, you deliver the you-know-what for the you-know-who. This is acceptable. My name is Master Feng Shen. Welcome to my humble emporium.
The Azure Sailor is going to bow to him. Thank you, Master Yung Jin.
Yung
Is
Jin.
that correct?
Yes. The thing that immediately strikes you as you enter the room, as you enter his emporium, is just a large square room with marble flooring. But the first thing that immediately strikes you is, oh, Nelly, that's formaldehyde. For the record, any of you who have spirit sight currently active, obviously everything here is a spirit, including Master Feng Shen.
Yes, of course I have spirit sight active.
Yes. But he will lead you. There are a number of coffins in his store, a number that all have kanji inscribed on them for dual, these you can read. They are symbols of warding, symbols of binding. They are they're all beautifully crafted. Until he will come to one at the end, which is stunning. This coffin has two dragons writhing around as the decorative pattern, and you can see that on the lid that is right beside it, that each have ruby eyes, and the coffin itself is composed entirely, you would guess, of green jade. Inside there is an elderly woman who lays in repose. She has her arms crossed across her chest, her eyes are closed, and she has a black pearl in her mouth. So, you're here to deliver the you-know-what, the you-know-who, then?
Yes, Master.
Ah, I see. He will very unceremoniously grab the woman, because the coffin is sitting upright, kind of at a slight backwards angle. He will grab the woman by the shoulder, the corpse, and he just chuck it out of the coffin, and it'll go flying through the air and click onto the ground.
Ooh.
Totally want to catch the pearl as it's going by.
Oh, he takes the pearl out of the mouth as it flies past it. Like,
Evan, what would I need to roll to catch the body?
Dex Athletics and a prayer.
I'll roll Dex Athletics and spend a willpower.
Excellent.
Are we not? But who's helping me with Sketch's beer?
Who's helping what, sorry?
Who's helping Rory with Sketch's beer? Like, who else is carrying the fake body?
I'd assume most of the people here are going to take one of the poles.
Okay. Good.
Still one success.
Oh dear. With the force of the throw, because you can tell this person has supernatural strength, you go with the body as you grab it, but you manage to stop it hitting the ground.
That's fine. I didn't let a body be tossed to the floor. I'm okay with this.
The master will very casually look up and he'll say, it's okay, no one liked the evil old witch.
You still don't desecrate a body like that. It's unseemly.
He'll just he'll shrug as if, before he'll say, okay, new body go in coffin, please.
Okay, whoa. How do I get out of this thing if I need to make an emergency exit?
Well, considering they're going to be cremating you, I would genuinely think that would be a good idea. I have no clue.
Oh! Turn, looks at the cricket. Oh, cremating. Yeah. Like leans down.
The cricket will calmly chirp.
Christina will swallow okay.
Fine. Hijinks. It'll always work out.
All right, looks like I'm fucking punching my way out of this coffin. Then he just climbs in awkwardly, like.
I can also protect you from fire.
That would be good. That would be good. I think I'm going to need it.
We can try to protect him from fire.
Yeah. Well, we can buy him some time at least. But a ritual, it'll.
A ritual, you only get one roll an hour.
Yeah, no, I know. That's I said without a ritual, I am.
Here's a question: does the Azure Sailor and your character have anything in common, like not practice-wise, paradigm-wise? I can speak.
I have no idea what both your paradigms are, so you can ask that question.
My paradigm is all the world's a stage, and break the fourth wall.
Is what? I'm sorry.
All the world's a stage.
So that's a nope.
Yeah, it's an interesting paradigm. Think Deadpool.
What about embrace the threshold and we are all gods?
I believe we are gods, I guess, as long as you have life 1.
Yes. I have like 2, actually.
Right. Spending 1 willpower. 3 successes.
What are you doing, sorry?
I'm just casting so fire does not burn him.
What effects what Sue's using for the effect?
Forces 3, throw in some life if I need to, I guess. I think I could do it with forces alone, though.
Yeah, no, you can do it with 4. You can. Well, you'd have to use the life 3 to bind it to his pattern, but yes, you can use the forces. Or to bind the effect to his living being, but yes.
Cool. I have both those things. So
all right, how many successes did you get?
3.
I need to do some quick mental arithmetic.
I can roll again if I need to at a higher diff to add.
No, just give me a second. That means he will automatically, that means he will automatically ignore, I believe it's 1 for 1. That means he will automatically ignore 3 points of damage from fire. In the
Probably
sense
should
that
get some. Should I extend it? Also, should I get some more successes for duration too then?
Yeah, well, you need successes for duration or else it'll only last a turn.
Okay, so I'm going to roll it again.
Never mind, the difficulty will go up by 1.
Yeah, I'm
I think I can help you with that too, because I can add prime to it.
Are you two able to cast together? I don't know what your paradigms are.
I actually might be compatible with a cultist. In fact,
he's not a cultist.
I'm not a cultist.
Oh,
I believe in spirits. Spirits and gods. And
well, no, the important thing isn't what their tradition is. The important thing is what their paradigm is. Paradigm is what I can look up both your paradigms. Give me a second.
I have the Bata paradigm, of course.
We really are acting in a prearranged show for the entertainment of cosmic voyeurs.
Yes. Might makes right. All power comes from gods and transcends your limits.
Okay, give me a second. What was Rory's? Did you just say Rory's? I didn't hear you quite, Sam.
It's all the world's a state. So he thinks of himself as a role-playing game character almost.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll let the two of you roll together.
I will spend a willpower for mine.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I'm glad I spent the willpower because I only got 1 success, and that's thanks to the willpower.
And
Damn you,
I will spend spend 2 quint on this as well.
Remember, the maximum you can lower an effect's difficulty is by 3.
That'll get it to me at 3 because I'm having to do this quickly.
Okay.
It's a little birdie. Okay. I had to find the little penguin. 3d10 diff 3. That's 2, 3, 4 successes. Go Esoterica.
All right. Sketch. Your pattern is now resistance, so you will be able to soak. Was that to soak ag damage with his stamina, or what was it?
That was to ignore the damage from it.
Mine was just to, like, fire won't burn him.
Okay, because Prime doesn't work that way to just ignore damage. Unless it's from a Prime source.
Yeah,
Prime.
I know. And it might be a Prime source.
Okay, that's fair. All right, Sketch, you now have protections. How do you feel?
Fabulous. As he's
All right, then.
sliding in slowly, looking around at everybody as he's readying his forces thing if he needs to punch his way out of the coffin.
Well, hold on. I just said the magic, but I didn't think. Rory puts the beard down, or at least the beard down, kind of cranes over and kisses Sketch's forehead with a mock theatricality. I believe in you. Loud stage whisper. Now you'll be fine.
All right, then. Okie dokie, artichoke.
Sketch does add his own bit of magic to it as well. If I can use Forces 2 to act as, like, when the fire comes up, will I be able to use it as a repellent to, like, brush the fire away as well? Like, create, like, a wind effect or something with Forces 2? So, like, he doesn't know how well this magic's going to work, so he wants at least, like, create somewhat of a pathway so he can at least dive out of the fucking coffin.
You can change existing forces.
Yeah. I mean, make the fire blow in a different direction is what I'm trying to do.
You'd have to actually do it in the moment.
Okay.
To create an effect like that will trigger on a certain specific prompt is actually time for.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, no, then that's fine. Then I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
No worries.
Or if you're prepping, you can use a ritual and then not cast the last bit.
Yeah, I'll do it in the moment. Fuck it.
Yeah.
All right then. So the whatchamacallit, the magic now complete. The elderly gentleman will say, "You might want to go, or you'll be late."
Rory picks up his end of the beer and begins trotting.
The elderly man will start beating a drum and walking behind you, a large drum that he straps over himself, and he beats it with small wooden sticks.
I need to roll etiquette, I believe, to figure out where I'm supposed to be in the procession.
Well, considering there are 4 stands in order to carry the bloody thing, congratulations, you've been volunteered.
But I don't know if I'm supposed to carry it, because as a monk you're not supposed to touch the dead.
You're also not a monk. You're really not. Just because they said it jokingly doesn't mean you are.
Yet.
I can dream, damn it.
You have to act like what you want to become.
So, as you guys carry out the coffin into the street, there is a long, slow, trudging march. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. As you wend your way through the streets, you will see all kinds of spiritual creatures look out at you Once again, almost like I described the Shogun of Metal's compound castle. There were frogs who were wearing armor standing at the end of the streets. There were people who have long rabbit-like ears hastily hurrying about their day-to-day business. You see foxes having tea. Beg your pardon. You see foxes having tea with wolves. You see all these wonderful sights arrayed around you, and it makes you feel like the world is a really small place, that even in this position of Celticness, the fact that there is an Asian community means that they bring a little bit of their own spirituality with them. And in this one pocket, this one place, it is uniquely theirs simply because they exist.
Cool.
Because hashtag the Umbra is subjective. Beg your pardon. So, you will start to make your way towards what appears to be a large temple. The old man is very casually behind you saying, turn right, turn left, left again, right? Until you see in the distance a pair of golden gates, bright gold, pure gold. Rising up, you see a huge tower of many layered steps. You see a huge tower of many obviously layered floors, each one of them having their own set of windows and their own horizontal shutters that are open out onto the evening air. It is at this moment that you also see the two creatures that are padding towards you, who look very much like this.
Oh my.
Hold on, it won't load for me. Oh, cool.
What?
One of them will look at you and he will say, Hanchu, are these guests? The other will answer, I do not know, Zhenghua. Are they guests? My name is Hongshu, and this is my brother, Zhenghua. We are the guardians of the temple. Why have you come?
We bear a deceased woman.
Oh, we see. So you are the bearers of the mother. So you are the bearers of the mother of the censor, and these are your. You haven't seen by chance a monkey wearing a crown, have you? He was told to stay away.
Rory just begins sobbing. He is just so upset at the death of a woman and got 4 successes.
I like that was an afterthought and got 4 successes.
I know she was not the most liked, but it was so far beyond her time. There was so much more she could have done.
Tears. Sweet tears. They will start padding down between you both. They're sniffing the air and they say, we smell the monkey, but we do not see the monkey. One of them gets right up in Christina's face and starts smelling her.
She's not really fazed by it.
Urge to offer it scritches, rising.
She will. She will reach out and give it scritches. Absolutely.
It appears to quirk its eyebrow like I'm not sure what's. Oh, that's the spot. Oh, my yes. At which point its brother will kind of hiss at it and he will say, Shengfu, remember yourself. You are a celestial guardian. Yes, yes, Brother Langfu. Indeed.
Are these, out of curiosity, are these temple dogs?
These are food dogs, yes.
Yay, I love food dogs.
So do I. But they will complete their walk, their padding around you, before they will say, very well. You may present us with the paperwork now, they say, looking at Rory.
Paperwork?
No one has mentioned paperwork up to this point, at which point you see the old man face palm.
No one gave us paperwork. Is this the disrespect for grandmother? They won't even give us the paperwork.
I'm going
How
to
petty! On the day of her cremation.
That's fantastic.
I'm going to start bawling like monks aren't supposed to, and say, "Why would they not give us paperwork if grandmother has to have it?"
Don't you see they're disrespecting her?
No,
they
they should not disrespect her.
Truly, what is this world coming to?
And I'm gonna roll manipulation subterfuge,
Yeah, you both are.
and I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Ditto.
Bless you.
Sorry, I need to find actually what my dice pool is.
Two successes thanks to the willpower.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Though, wait, can I roll that again at a higher diff or not?
You
Is
can
this
spend a
a
willpower
all or
if you
nothing?
really want to.
Yes.
One success.
How many successes did you get? Sam?
I got one.
Okay.
I got 5.
At what diff?
At diff 5 because of my celestial affinity. These are high celestials, aren't they?
No.
Hold on then. That will change it to
1.
2 with the original willpower, correct? Because you get to keep the
The
first
original
willpower you spent.
The original willpower doesn't carry over.
Okay. Well, we fucked that up.
They will look at you quizzically and they will say, "Tell us of your love for your grandmother." They say that in perfect unison and it's really creepy.
It is not love. It is respect for age and wisdom. Okay?
It is.
I would not speak ill of the dead on the day of their cremation.
It is duty and honor to help the passage of one into the next.
It's filial obligation.
And what dice pool is that going to be?
It's the exact same dice.
Yep. Technically, I wasn't lying, but I'll go with it because it's a better dice pool. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to roll that again.
You're burning through an awful lot of willpower. Just remember that.
I know. It's bad. I'm going to have to meditate when I go home.
I'm just going to sing Flowers of the Forest because it's the most funereal song I can think of for Rory. And I got 5 successes. 6. Ha. 6 successes.
Oh, that was 60-19. That is not correct at all. Two successes.
They both
difficulty
sit-
7.
They both sit down in perfect unison and they say, "So, the Monkey King the Monkey King sent you, we assume. You can try and deny it if you wish. Honored grandmother this and beautiful songs that. However, we are not without heart. What do you offer us in exchange for entry?" Fortunately, the censor was meager in his offerings. Even he disliked his mother.
I will burn incense to both of you every Sunday at dawn from here until the end of the year.
Ooh, we like this. What more is needed?
I will compose a song in your honor, detailing your exploits, regardless of whether or not they actually happened.
You shall emphasize the bushiness of our tales.
All shall know that none have bushier.
You're getting closer. We might be swayed.
I will clean.
You have already
There's-
given offer.
He looks to Jewel.
I will anoint your statues at my monastery with oil and keep them tidy.
For how long?
He speaks true. For how long?
I made no. There is no clock running on my offer.
We like this particularly. Very well. They will both put their hands over each other's, they will put their paws over each other's eyes, and they will say, "We have seen nothing." As they do.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, as they do, they explode into flame, at which point the flame runs along the ground, and you will see two giant red jade foo dog statues standing outside the temple.
Honored guardians, I shall be in touch later to discuss your exploits to enter into my song.
Rory, you feel as if your face has been brushed by the bushiest of tails.
And that is how the song shall start.
Excellent.
I went to heaven, and my face was brushed by the bushiest of tails.
That is exactly how it should begin.
You hear from the coffin like, "Hey, we okay?" You know what I mean?
Jewel will tap the lid a couple times.
You should probably make an offering to the honored guardians once we are through this.
Why? You just hear, from the coffin awkwardly, like after about like a 5-minute silence.
Onwards. Let us bear beloved, well, not so beloved, less than beloved grandmother hence.
I love how I basically ascribed this woman to be a gigantic bitch.
Well, she may have been a heinous bitch, but she still deserves a respectful funeral.
See, that's what I said earlier.
And you were right.
Of course. She would actually have to be in there in order for that to happen.
I'm sure the same amount of grief shall be spread and shared, regardless of what body is in there.
As you walk into the temple, you will notice this individual standing in front of the doors of the temple proper, surrounded by a number of masked and robed men who all bear a similar mom to the one he has emblazoned on his chest. And he will walk forward in a very kind of straight-backed style, in a very straight-back manner, and he will say, "You come bearing my mother."
Yes, honored sensei. We come bearing her body.
Roll me some deceit right there.
Roll you what?
Roll me some manipulation subterfuge.
Willpower again. 3 successes.
Oh, you only rolled 2. Okay. He will nod and he will say, "Hi, this is agreeable. Alas, she passes, as all things must, even us, into the hands of the august personage of Jade." He will walk forward and he will press his forehead down on the coffin and he will say, Sketch, you can hear this, which is really disconcerting. He will say, "Mother, you who were loveless in life, at least I now send you on to the fire where it is you belong."
It's like, oh,
I choose to interpret that in the most respectable way possible.
oh,
That's not
really
set up.
that is really unnerving when you're in the coffin above it. Oh.
Jewel clasps her hands together and says nothing.
However, this woman will then emerge from the temple.
Oh.
This
Surprisingly
woman,
sexy.
I beg your pardon?
Surprisingly sexy for a funeral.
To be fair, at my own, I'm not going to tell you about the time I brought a stripper to my grandfather's funeral. That legitimately happened. That'll be a story for another decade.
Please do tell me that another time, though.
But, as I was saying, this woman will walk from the inner sanctum of the temple and she will bow to the masked man and she will say, "Father, allow me to give the final goodbyes to grandmother. It shall be done as you say, Ninsani," he will say. She will walk very close to the coffin and she will press her head to it as the masked man walks away. And she'll say, with her mouth to the coffin, so to Sketch you can hear it, she will say, "If you brought him with you, knock 3 times.
Sketch, knock either 3 times or none.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. You know what I mean? Awkwardly.
There's a smile, and she says, "Very good. So what form has he taken now? Is he the handsome one who talks a lot? 1 knock for no, 2 for yes."
Which one's the handsome one? Shit, Sketch is like,
Rory. Talking about Rory. Yeah.
okay.
Should
Bonk,
we
bonk.
do
Oh, do you actually
should
say
totally been a
Rory?
big
No,
pro and got
no,
Rory
no.
laid.
He thinks about it. He's like, I could get Rory laid, but I don't want to piss off Papa Monkey King, so he just goes bonk.
Oh, I see. What about the beautiful lady with the owl?
Bonk.
Do it.
The owl, perhaps?
Yes.
Bonk. You just hear it, like,
Oh.
you just hear Sketch. He's a fucking cricket. You know what I mean?
Oh. Look, you'll see the masked figure's head click around, and you'll say, "What was that?"
I said that my grandfather has rickets.
That was a smooth recovery.
Sam, you can have an extra XP. That nearly made me cack my pants. Oh, that was funny. I'm okay. Oh. He will say, "Very well then. Send the coffin to the crematorium." "As you say, Father." My grandfather has rickets.
Like,
That's merciless. Oh my god.
The thing I loved was he just came out with it so quickly and there was no time wasted. It was like, "No, that's the thing now." Okay.
Can you give him a wit specialty for a for that?
That was pretty smooth.
That was very smooth. Oh my god.
Anyway, where was I? Oh, fuck, that was funny. I'm okay.
You were giving him a wit specialty because damn, that was good.
Where was I?
We're moving the we're supposed to move the thing to the crematorium.
Oh yes, thank you. He will dismissively denote you with a wave of his fan. As you start to move, you'll notice that she has very calmly reached up and plucked the cage containing the cricket from the side of the coffin. Before turning and starting to walk off stage left with it in her hands.
My fellows, let us carefully place grandmother onto the crematorium.
Wait,
All right.
the man called. I wish to see the woman's face to make sure she is really dead.
Oh, for the love of...
Now can I roll
Of course,
Hojik's
sir.
etiquettes? Because I know he's not supposed to.
No, you can see the dead.
Yes.
There's nothing to say you can't.
To the Rory looks to the Azure Sailor. Let us take off the lid so that the censor may see his mother one last time.
Let us carefully push the lid then. And he's going to start from the top and only push it down to where his sketch's face will be able to be seen. Just in case grandmother had large boobs or something. I don't know.
That is a good call, actually.
It's a really good call, yeah.
Or like wide
Very
hips.
calmly, you will see the fact that you are no longer alone behind the coffin. From a kind of a gleaming patch of emerald light, the Monkey King will appear crouched down on his hands and knees, and he'll smile at both of you and he'll say, "I've already sent her away. Now we can have some fun."
I just give the Monkey King a big 2 thumbs up where the mask guy can't see it then.
Very calmly, as you do this, what he does is, as you two are very gently pushing the lid off, he jumps up and he kicks the lid off the coffin into this guy, smashing into him. As he's thrown backwards about 20 feet, jade splintering everywhere, the Monkey King says, "And that will be the moment when we run."
Like it,
Grandmother
gentlemen.
has risen from the dead!
Yes,
Run for your lives!
Gets just emerges up like the fucking Undertaker and just sits up like, huh?
He's
Looks
angry at
around.
all of us!
You know what? That's fucking amazing. Roll me charisma intimidation and we'll see if that takes.
I will spend the willpower.
No. Rory, roll because he's shouting, "It's an undead grandmother, run for your life."
I mean, I'm going to do some things as well as the sketch just comes out
Okay.
like, fear me, you have disappointed me, sons. You! Points to the mat.
Okay, that will give you a -2 difficulty because that's amazing.
Do it, man.
So that applies to my roll? Nice.
Yes.
Excellent. 10 F4. Successes.
How many
Yeah.
successes?
We got -2 diff, so that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Oh! Honored grandmother! Honored mother has risen from the dead! Ah! You see what I lovingly refer to as Asian family booking it. As everyone starts to literally jump the walls, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon style, in an attempt to GTFO.
Rory screams and waves his arms around wildly and runs also. But
Sketch crawls out of the fucking coffin like the Grudge or something like that, you know, like after people.
Christina will also attempt to act terrified and run out with everybody else.
You're like really, really crackly, Lindsay. If you can just log in, log out again, that generally fixes it.
How's that?
Much better.
yeah, perfect.
As I say, Christina will also pretend to be terrified and run out with everybody else.
As everyone clears the inner courtyard of the temple, you'll see the Monkey King sitting on top of the coffin, laughing his ass off. I think that it's about time that there was a new story about me featured in the world. Someone needs to write this down.
Rory gets out a notepad.
I say Christina takes one out too. Like, why not?
Make that 3 people, 3 different perspectives.
Yep. Just remember, I am the most handsome sea. He will do a pose and he'll say, "However, you've all done me a service. It will not be forgotten. I thank you all. With the exception of my apprentice. You don't get thanked. You don't get thanked. You get something far more valuable. Knowledge."
Oh. Sketch just nods as he's awkwardly, like, still standing there in the dress.
Also, I'll take you to a celestial whorehouse someday.
Oh.
Ooh, you.
You know, I've got this coin, and that sounds like a really good use of a coin. Anyone else think that's a good use of a coin?
No. Besides, you're a sailor. You can find your way to a celestial whorehouse too if you really wanted.
That's true, but he probably knows the best.
I'm good on the whorehouse, Sketch will say, smiling. Don't need it.
He'll quirk his head to the side. He'll say, "Oh, you love her."
What?
Nothing.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, then where's my clothes? You know, as he's awkwardly reaching into the coffin.
Jewel's face just turns bright red. So, thank you. This was
This was a fucking blast.
it was honestly a better adventure than I could have hoped for.
He'll smile and he'll say, "The problem with people is that they often forget the old stories that give things focus. They think that there is only the now, and they forget the fact that there was the yesterday." However, I have tarried you here long enough. I sense that some of you might want to go home, considering 350 years have passed since you were there last. Time moves differently here.
What?
Yes! All my debts are
Ooh.
gone.
Sweet. There'll be Gundams.
That's not funny. Sketch should keep walking, you know.
You can see him laugh so hard he falls into the coffin.
So, no Gundams?
But Gundams.
No, it's the same time. You've been gone about 2 hours.
I was really excited about Gundams.
A Gundam might be worth a coin, though.
I'm not giving you a Gundam.
Oh.
What's
An
the
Umbral
rest?
Gundam?
Though that... Wasagi-san and I were pondering where to do our next drinking night. I think Dublin should be good. However, he'll wave and he'll say, "I have far more interesting things to be doing now than talking to you, so bye-bye." And Rod left. The timing. On that note, boys and girls, though, we will end our really hilarious scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin, where apparently, get the fuck out of your own coffin, Grandma.